I just want to encourage somebody out there. So somebody out there might feel stuck. Somebody out there might be getting turned down. Somebody might be out there getting a lot of no's. They might, whatever, people talking about you, all these things, all negativity. But I just want to encourage you to keep a positive mindset, to keep a forward-focused vision, to keep a forward-focused mindset. And what that means is that you're always focused on moving forward. That's why I always tell you guys, keep moving forward and let nothing hold you back in life. And, things will happen on God's timing. And, I made my video about God's delay. I know how I feel about that. But things will definitely happen on God's timing when you're doing the right things. Of course, we can delay God's timing when we're not being obedient. I'm not going to get into that conversation today. But, things will happen on God's timing. And, the journey might be lonely at times. The journey might be scary at times. It might be fearful. But that doesn't mean that the path is wrong, right? Just because things aren't going right doesn't mean the path is wrong. A lot of times, the wrong paths in life, once we get it right, lead to the right destinations. A lot of times the most imperfect paths, the most up and down paths, but a lot of these paths lead to great destinations. And so your path is not going to be straight. Your path is not going to be, beautiful all the time. I always say blessings aren't beautiful all the time. The path isn't always beautiful, but as long as you persevere, as long as you find the endurance with your faith to be able to move forward through these times and these hard times and these struggles, through your midnights, the sun will always come. The destination will always show up eventually, or you'll move closer towards your destination. And so the struggle never ends. I go through struggles. I go through hard times. I go through my storms just like you guys, but I've learned that those things are building me and not breaking me. Those things are making me better. And I want to encourage somebody out there that you might feel like nobody's getting you, nobody's understanding you, nobody's supporting you, nobody's believing in you, nobody's giving you a chance. None of that. You don't need any of those things. Okay? Nobody, and I'm not saying this to make myself seem like I did it by myself, because a lot of people helped me along the way. I will say that a lot of people believed in me. I don't want to get that misconstrued, but I'll tell you like this. Didn't nobody do me a favor as far as giving me a platform? Didn't nobody, put me on a TV show? Didn't nobody put me on the radio? Anything like that. Eventually, as my life progressed, those things came, but you don't need those things. Didn't nobody really give me anything. Honestly, that's just truth. If you know me, if you know where I started from the bottom of RehabTime, like straight up. I was at my rock bottom, and through God's help and through people around me who supported me, the right people, it wasn't many, I was able to build what you see today. And so don't let that be an excuse to hold your life back because you don't have anybody that's giving you an opportunity. Or you might say, well, if I had your platform, Trent, or if I had this, or if I had that, or if I had this person's shout out, if I had this person's platform, I would be doing this. Change your mindset. So I'm going to tell you right now, you don't need none of that. Because if you had what I have now, if it's not in your heart to do it, you wouldn't do it. It don't matter how many people follow you. It don't matter how many people, whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you believe in your heart. What matters is that purpose that you have. What matters is the believability. It's not always about credibility. It's about believability. It's about if you really believe in what you do, period. And in these days and age, we have a lot of people who just do stuff because they want to be famous, who just do stuff because they want likes and followers, but they really don't believe in what they do. And it shows. Over time, things will come to pass. And over time, you'll look back and say, man, I came far. Don't get so caught up, and I'm sorry if I'm just rambling, but I'm just speaking from my heart. Don't get so caught up in always focusing forward. And I know I told you to keep a forward focus, but don't get always caught up in focusing on how far you have to go. Should I say that? Not focusing forward, but how far you have to go. That you realize that you forget how far you came. Because sometimes we can always look about, dang, I still got to do this. I still have to accomplish this. I have to go here. And it's discouraging at times. But when you look back and say, man, I moved away from that. Man, I took a first step. Man, I moved away from that relationship. Man, I moved away from that toxic thing. I moved away from that addiction. Man, I took that first step and started my own business. Whatever it may be for you, you look back and say, wow, I've accomplished something because I tried, because I'm trying, because I'm progressing. That's an accomplishment in itself. You don't have to get no rewards. You don't have to get no pats on the back. You don't have to be on TV and radio and all these things to be an accomplishment. You don't. It's an accomplishment for you just starting, for you doing, for you setting out to do what seemed impossible, for you setting out to do what people said you couldn't do, right? That's an accomplishment in itself. So understand that. So pat yourself on the back. Like, that's what I want everybody to do right now, all right? You can actually see the city a little bit. Pat yourself on the back. Okay, pat yourself on the back and say, wow, like I'm doing something with my life. And if you're doing something with your life, I want to say congratulations. I want to say I'm proud of you because I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to start something, to stick to something, to progress through things. I know how hard it is. So I'm proud of you for doing what you do. And don't let the devil pull you back. Don't let the enemy pull you back. Don't let your own self pull you back. Okay, it's life. It's a journey. It's a journey. And I can't tell you how to live your journey because everybody's journey is different. But it's a journey. Enjoy it. Enjoy the ups and downs with it. Enjoy the losses, the gains, all of that, because it's all a part of the journey, okay?